Hi, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to the 231st episode of Walking Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for the upcoming week of October 19th through October 25th, 2025. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Now, this book is the sequel to my other #1 Amazon International bestseller, which is One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. These two books are available on Amazon in print, Kindle, and for those who love to listen to books, they are available as audiobooks on Audible. And let us not forget the children's book for all ages, Angels of Faith, which is about how we are divine and eternal, and we do not die. So, if you want more information, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Now, I'd like to thank all those people who have made donations for my free content, and also thank you so much for those people who have donated for my birthday. And I don't just celebrate one birthday, which is October 7th, I celebrate my birthday month. So you can still make donations for my birthday. I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below with all of my contact details for my remarkable healing practice, which is Angel Healing House. Now, here on Walking Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we do pull runes. We pull tarot cards, oracle cards, to see what messages my angelic family, who I'm part of, the posse of angels, have for us. But we always look first into the astrological heavens to see what celestial and planetary energies will be affecting us. Now, before I get to that, I do have a special on my emotion code sessions. I'm currently running a special. This is going to end on October 22nd. Those emotion code sessions are normally $144, but through October 22nd, they are now discounted to only $122. So if you want to take advantage of that, please do call Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716, and that's Eastern Standard Time. And all of that phone number and website contact details are in the description box down below. So we are still under the massive lucky energy that occurred earlier this week with the moon conjunct Jupiter. Of course, Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, good luck, and expansion. And this caused a karmic, destined turnaround in many people's lives. This has opened a time of sudden blessings and breakthroughs, turnarounds, for messages to come out of nowhere with an offer, perhaps an opportunity, a revelation that could absolutely flip the script on our lives. This has opened a time of sudden blessings. The energy that felt sluggish, especially before the end of eclipse season, which was on October the 6th, it now flows easily, bringing in wish fulfillment that feels somehow magically and divinely guided and meant to be. This will astound many to see that the universe works truly in magical and miraculous ways that defy reason, rationale, and logic. Stay observant for out of the blue communications and fated meetings to manifest, as the winds of fate will be filling many people's sails now in order for them to go on a brand new journey. Coming up on October the 20th, Mercury and Mars come together in Scorpio, and this is creating a deeply intense combination, with Mercury being the planet of communication, and Mars, of course, being the planet of assertiveness and drive and action. If there is an important conversation that needs to happen, this is a great day for it. This is certainly the energy of getting things accomplished and easily going through our to-do lists and getting things done. Now, Scorpio's influence on both Mercury and Mars is a powerful, powerful energy that gives us the boldness, it gives us the bravery and the courage to fully and authentically express ourselves, not holding back in any way. There's definitely a feeling of liberation to communicate with assuredness and self-confidence. And after the Aries full moon pushed many in the collective to independence and even confrontation with others, we are in for a treat, because coming up on October the 21st with a new moon in Libra, it brings harmony, diplomacy, and the joy of creating intentional connections. This new moon will offer many a fresh start in relationships, collaborations with the powerful energy of fairness, balance, and alignment and equilibrium, all wonderful Libran qualities. Think of this Libran new moon like pushing the cosmic reset button on our partnerships and relationships and rebalancing many aspects of our lives. Now, on October the 22nd, Neptune, which, by the way, is still in retrograde, re-enters Pisces. It gives us a little nudge, a little push to revisit our past creative endeavors. If we have been working on a creative field like script writing, writing a book, composing, painting, and we found ourselves at loose ends what to do next, maybe with writer's block, Neptune returning into Pisces is definitely a shift into a more graceful flow of feeling the muse within us, feeling the flow of creativity. The posse of angels is sharing that it's time to breathe life into our visions, because the stars are definitely aligning to turn our dreams and our creative efforts now into reality. Also on October the 22nd, we have Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun. He's shining down on Scorpio. Why? Because he's bidding a fond farewell to Libra season and saying happy birthday to all of those Scorpions. When the sun, sorry, when the sun moves into sensitive Scorpio, watery, emotional Scorpio, the energy nudges us to to go inward and become more reflective on what actions we must take that have led us to this point in our journey. While Libra is a very sociable, gregarious sign, Scorpio season is a more introspective time when many feel a need to withdraw. During the season of the Scorpion, we can become very intentional about our decisions and choices rather than just letting life happen to us. Now, here come the posse of angels. My angelic family is sharing that this Scorpio season, many might experience that this Scorpio season provides us with a bit of a sting, because old insecurity and wounds may surface around the themes of us being independent and finding our own identity. For instance, this wound could have us going over things like perhaps we're overgiving in order to feel valued, or holding back what we really thought and wanted to express in order to avoid rejection or consternation. In fact, the posse of angels is sharing any place where self-respect has been compromised may just come up. Respecting and honoring ourselves will be pushed to the forefront for us to stand in our sovereignty. This is of the utmost importance so that old karmic patterns of dependency and silencing ourselves can finally be broken in order for us to move into relationships and also into communities that align with our highest and our greatest spiritual values. The great superpower of Scorpio is that it is known for its energy to transmute and transform things, which means that something in our life now is ready to shed its skin this Scorpio season. For instance, it could be the end of sabotaging habits that keep blocking our success in love, our self worth, in order to stop ourselves from being used in relationships. And most probably the scariest part of all of these is that many of these are hidden, trapped illusions of emotions buried deep within our ancestral and our generational lines. Many of us are totally unaware of them, steering the ship of our lives, diminishing our energetic frequency into one of perpetual lack, scarcity, fear, doubt, worry, and not being good enough to receive exactly what we wish and dream for ourselves. This is why my emotion code sessions are so effective, because I work with the client's higher self to show me exactly what that trapped emotion is, where it's hiding, and to finally address them and eradicate them and clear them from the client's generational line so that they can be clear enough to hear their intuition and follow their heart no matter what. Now, while many in the spiritual community keep asking to be shown the truth, when the truth is shown to them, it means that something inside of them, something like a habit, a belief, or perhaps a preconceived foundation that they have built their lives upon, all of these things might need dismantling in order to be built again stronger, better, without any cracks in the foundation. After all, one of Scorpio's strengths is that it doesn't use any of its energy on small conversations. It only wants the truth, and it keeps turning up the heat or stinging us until we give the truth our full attention and focus. Until we arrive at that equilibrium bringing new moon in Libra, many are going to feel perhaps like they're in the void. For we have landed at a brand new energetic timeline, and until we get used to it and how to adjust our energies to work with this new timeline, it's going to feel rather strange. To help us adjust to the new wish fulfillment timeline, the posse of angels is sharing us to be wholly present, to have trust and focus on ourselves and all the positive blessings in our lives. By grounding ourselves and allowing ourselves just to be, the new energy can connect with us and bring us all the blessings and rewards that are available to us now. Now, there is one other heads up. My angelic family, the posse of angels, is saying, during Scorpio season, don't be surprised that not everyone will be happy about our embarkation on a new path filled with wish fulfillment and wonderful successes. When we gleefully tell others about our plans to follow our dreams, possibly accepting those offers and opportunities, those golden opportunities that are so magical, that seem to take us very far afield from our life that we have been living, others may react strongly and even seek to stop us. While the posse of angels wish to share with us that others' reactions is all about them, truly has nothing to do with us, perhaps they are too afraid to leave the comfort of their known and their familiar life in order to experience a dream or a wish. Perhaps your choice to dare to do something different and adventurous is pushing their buttons of not following their own dreams. Well, the posse of angels is sharing that it might be advisable to share your plans with as few people as possible, because it is a sacred mission. Keep it sacred. Keep it held close to the energy to keep it pure and not inviting energies of others' opinions, beliefs, possibly their jealousy and their envy. Once we have moved, once we have ensconced ourselves in a new position, surrounded by new loving, like-minded communities, we can then choose to tell others. Although The posse of angels is sharing that we will be so joyous and so happy, reveling in our new connections and collaborations, that we may not have the time or feel any urgency to share with others. As always, it will be best to follow your own intuitive heart on what to do. And for additional messages, the Posse of Angels sent me to this wonderful deck, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And this is the 3-card story that came out. And I do believe this came out for us before. It's number 57, The Unmarked Trail, with its message of revelation. You know, there are many in the collective who are now ready for the blossoming to occur, as they'll be stepping onto a path of a sacred endeavor. The Posse of Angels is sharing for us not to look out for old solutions that may have worked in the past, as they are definitely of a lower frequency. They wish for us to try something different, something new, even try something outrageous. They're saying, when you are called to step onto the unmarked trail, for heaven's sake, again with this message, keep your quest private. Pack lightly. Now they're showing me the Fool card in Tarot. Trust and follow the voice of the divine, for the universe not only has your back, but it will show you your next direction. So that's the unmarked trail. The next card that came out for us is this beautiful card. Now we have a green theme of going on here. Green is the color of life-giving. It's life-giving chlorophyll. It's the color of healing. It's moon magic. It's a number 541, and it's new beginnings. This is also the card of curiosity. And the Moon Maiden arrives to tell us to set ourselves free. She's encouraging us to summon all those parts that defy and challenge convention, refuse to be subjugated and diminished by what is supposedly accepted. You know, it reminds me of when I wrote my book, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, and I asked the Posse of Angels, okay, now what should I put on the front cover? And they said, me. Well, that was in 2016. And it took more than guts. It took conviction of my beliefs and the deep trust in God that if I was being asked to do this, it was for the greatest good of myself and the greatest good of all. The Moon Maiden is inviting us to shine our light radiantly and to answer only to ourselves, as we are nobody's property to be dictated to. Above all, be true to your soul. And when called to come out, shine brightly. Love that card. Our next card, green, becomes blue, and it's a 6. We go from a 5 to a 6. Stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. We need to have a clear focus to hone in on what calls to us most. The best way to do this is to be here, be now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished of dreams. When you look into your heart and you look into the night sky, ask yourself, what is the star that is winking at me the brightest in the endless sky of potential? Then ask Spirit to send you signs on how to take those small baby steps and movement to calling this potential into reality. Remember to keep your focus on the potential and not the form that it must take. You know, the universe has its own ideas how to not only magically, but miraculously serve you and the greatest good at the same time. Trust this, and we ought not be surprised when our dreams suddenly become true. Beautiful cards there. So love that. The Shaman's Dream Oracle. Then I chose a rune for today, and this one came out. This is the rune of Berkana. and it's the rune of growth and rebirth. This growth may occur in family matters, putting old wounds and grievances finally to rest in our relationships, not only with ourselves, but our relationship with the divine and our soul's purpose. This is wonderful for going into Scorpio season. This rune leads to blossoming and ripening as it's concerned with the flow of beings into new form. And our moon maiden tells us it's time for new beginnings, and stars in the sky is being limited to open to receiving wonderful possibilities. So in order for this blossoming to occur, my angelic family, the posse of angels, is saying that we must disperse any resistance to being clear enough for this ripening to take place. We must be prepared to look into any dark corners in order for them to be cleansed, and often this is done with expert help. Again, this is why my emotion code sessions are so thorough, because your higher self directs us where we are stopping ourselves from ripening and blossoming by following those old default settings that we don't even know that are hidden and trapped. This work of clearing is done through modesty, patience, generosity, and integrity. Once resistance is dispersed and a whole new rectification is experienced through our steadfastness and adoption of a new attitude, then blossoming can occur. So I love that. The growth and the rebirth is on the horizon for us. And that Libra new moon on the 21st, 22nd is bringing in those new beginnings. Let's end with a Kali oracle. And two cards jumped out of the deck this week. This one, beautiful, matches my sweater, and it's called Moksha of Kali. And Kali wants us to know that relief shall come swiftly. So if you have felt in the void, if you have felt stagnation, if you have felt like you are in between timelines, soon you will see things differently. You are going to be liberated from the struggle you are currently experiencing. Be true to yourself in your life path, and you'll attract your way forward. Just like the posse of angels said, most important thing now is just to be, to be. You will overcome any and all opposition. You'll be released into improved circumstances and be supported to bring your sacred path. We spoke about the sacred path to fruition. And then the other card that came out for us is this one. Oh, bit of a scary card. Actually, that looks like a Halloween card. It's Khadga, Kaja. Hope I'm pronouncing it properly. A predestined series of events is due to occur according to divine timing. This has been orchestrated at a highest level to integrate the paths of people with whom you have soul contracts in this lifetime. What did I talk about? What did the Posse of Angels and I speak about? Is going into these new communities of like-minded communities to connect and collaborate. Trust in the doors that close just as much as the doors that are opening for you now, for you to see the results of your wish fulfillment. So I hope all that's been helpful for you. Do remember that Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, Walk-in Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, airs every week on Saturdays. And for those emotion code sessions, get in quick because there are only 4 more days till those special discounts end on October 22nd. Please call Angel Healing House for those discounts. It's not on my website, but that number for Angel Healing House is 831-277-3716 Eastern Standard Time, and that information is in the description box down below. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love and, as always, angel blessings. And I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.